Hello viewers, on today's video I'm gonna show you how to replace the engine oil cooler line on this 2019 Chevy Silverado. That repair cover the GMC Sierra, and it's from 2019 a newer Chevy Silverado. For reference, that vehicle, it is a two-wheel drive, but it's fairly similar to the four-wheel drive. You just have to remove a few things out of the way. So I'm removing. I'll unplug the battery first, and I'm disengaging the tab for the fuse box. The fuse box is held by four 7mm bolt, and let's take them out. And there is a 30mm nut on top here to the battery positive cable, and you can remove it. Those connectors are color coded. You really can mess them up. When you take the box out, you will see the color. Now we will move into two 10mm bolt and push that tab in the bottom corner to remove the bottom part of the fuse box. Okay. Now we're gonna remove the air tube, the intake air tube. It is held by two 8mm and the 10mm at the bottom here, so you can take it out. And there is a harness attached to the intake air tube right there. There you go. Now we're gonna remove this coolant pipe. We're gonna fold it, put it under the wiper cowl right there. You'll be fine. Let's finish removing the connectors so you can take the box out. And we're gonna remove the harness. The whole point is to remove the cooling fan. To remove the cooling fan, you have to remove all the harness that attached to it. Everything that attached to the cooling fan, we need to remove them and unplug the two connectors on the cooling fan and take it out. Now I'm gonna start draining the coolant and remove the bottom pipe of the engine cooler line. We're gonna remove the wheel liner halfway. It is held by a few T15 screws, and we're gonna have access to the bottom radiator hose. We're good. There you go, just like that. Remove the bottom clamp here. Have a container ready. I'm gonna start by removing the drain, but the drain is very slow. We might as well just remove the bottom radiator hose because it has to come out anyway. It's in the way of the cooling fan. Now let's remove the C-clip that hold the cooler line in place. Make sure you save it because you will need the full installation. There you go. Let's remove the C-clip all the way. And I moved to remove the bottom engine undercarriage cover. It is held by 4 to 6 30mm bolt. And like I said before, you need to remove anything that attached to the cooling fan shroud. Anything. All those coolant pipe, the oil pipe, they need to be removed from the radiator fan shroud. There you go. That's your transmission line, by the way. And it goes on the other side. So now we finish draining the coolant and the oil lines. Now you're gonna remove the top part of the cooler line. It is still held by a C-clip. You can use a small pick to remove the C-clip out of it, and make sure you save it like I mentioned before. There you go. That cooler line is held by a 10mm bolt, like right there. We need to remove it. And now we're gonna unplug the cooling fan. You're gonna pull that little gray tab out like this and squeeze the bottom part of the connector just like that to remove it. There is another one on the driver's side. You need to do the same thing. Remove the tab. You might as well use a clip and unplug it. Now we're gonna remove the upper radiator hose and remove that little connector here out of the fan. and take that small that for the coolant reservoir. You need to remove that one. Put it on the side. There you go. And by the way, the cooling fan is held by two 10 millimeter on each side, and there is something that is hooked to the radiator at the bottom. Now we're removing the oil pressure sensor on top of the cooler line. When you buy your new oil cooler line, it also comes with that pressure sensor, so you don't have to worry about it. Just unplug it, push the white tab up, and unplug it from the sensor, and remove the harness that's attached to the cooler lines. And there is a 10 millimeter nut on the side here. I'm doing it from the back of the engine. On the four-wheel drive model, you can't do it that way. You're gonna have to do it from the front right here, okay, near the steering rack. You might as well do it that way. It's impossible. Now we're gonna remove cleaning out the way for the cooler line. Let's remove those two 10 millimeter bolts. Make sure you have a container ready so you can contain the oil. There you go. You might as well cut the old line, and it will be easier to remove. Just make sure you take a picture of the wilding, but I'll just unplug it, just cut it and remove it. Now I'm putting the new cooler line in place. You're gonna have to do it from the front like this. Push it as far back as possible so you can weld the top of the line to the passenger side up. Okay, I hope you guys get the idea. We push it as far back as possible like this, and we're gonna weld it to the side that it's supposed to go on. There you go. And I'm gonna put everything together, both my cooler line to the engine block, and secure the harnesses, plug everything back in before I go back to the top to finish it. There you go. Even that one too, you might as well glue it to the front of the vehicle, not the back. Now let's plug our oil pressure sensor. There you go. And we attach our harness. Now we go back on top, and we are putting our we're gonna finish everything here, put everything clear out the way for the cooling fan to go back in. You do not want anything in the way. When you put the cooling fan, make sure you attach it to the two bottom ears. It's like a hook thing. You need to hook it to the bottom, and make sure you put your cyclip back in, so it'll be easier for you to not do not forget it. If you do, you're gonna have an oil spill when you start the vehicle. Okay, make sure you put your cyclip back on, and let's put our cooling fan on. There it is. It's attached. Make sure you plug everything in, attach every harness to where they're supposed to go, and that will be it. It's pretty much the reverse of removal. Make sure you put everything where they're supposed to go, and fill up the cooling system with 50-50 coolant, and start your vehicle. Let it run for 20 to maybe 30 minutes is fine too, so you can let the cooling system bleed. Leave the cap off, make sure the coolant bottle full to the top. So just start the vehicle and let it run. Have the heat on blast, on high, the fan on high, and you'll be fine. And take the vehicle for a test drive. Inspect it for leaks. Make sure you have no leaks. That's very important. And top off your oil too. You will need about half a quart, should do the job. half a quart is fine. Those engine hold 8 quarts of 020. You didn't lose that much oil, half a quart should be enough to top it off. As you see here, I'm putting everything back together. We attach everything to the cooling fan shroud. There it is. And I do have a video on how to bleed cooling system. I'll post the link in the comment section below. If you follow that video, you should be good to go to bleed the cooling system. The video put everything in detail, what to look out for, what you should be doing. I'll include the link in the comment section below for it. Like I said before, those fuse box, the connectors are color coded, and the box they tell you where they should go, so you really can't mess that up. And those harness are so short, by the way, it's really impossible. Unless you break something, that's the only way you really know that you messed up. But there you go. Put our 30 mil nut back in, and put the 7mm bolt, and you're almost there. It's the reverse of removal, guys. If you guys have any question, comment in the video.